The Willow Project. The Willow Project. Stick with me, people. Stick with me. Honey, I ain't going to make it hard on you. I ain't going to make it hard on you. This is something that really interests me. This is a topic that really interests me because I have a tremendous, a huge amount of love in my heart for indigenous communities around the world. All who have been colonized, baby. With this education comes frustration, honey, and with this frustration comes a lot of compassion and love. And one of the communities that I love and I'm very passionate about doing anything I can to help are the various indigenous communities, especially of America, because this is the land that my colonized ass graces and sits on over here in Turtle Island. Baby, but if you don't know that they've been giving Biden a lot of smoke lately behind the Willow Project, the Willow Oil Project in Alaska. Honey, long story short, they're trying to drill. They've been trying to drill over there for years. It was originally federal land. It was originally our land. Let me come up on the screen since I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit. Shit, let me talk to you for a minute. See, right now, how that skit go? All right, I ain't going ADHD. I'm sorry. The land was originally ours. The land was originally our federal land in Alaska. You know, Alaska is one of the 50 states, even though it's not attached to the mainland. You know, the rest of the states. Hawaii is the same way. Hawaii is not attached to the mainland. Alaska has had they found these oil deposits, these petroleum deposits in Alaska a long time ago, and they were using them for military. That they were using them as reserves of oil for various military transportation systems, boats, trains, planes, automobiles, anything that could run off of petroleum gas. For whatever reason, the government, the American government, let the land go, put it up for auction or whatever, sold the land, blah, blah, blah. Oil company bought the land. I don't know a lot about it, about the specifics, but I'm honestly not going to be surprised if it ain't just all about money. But anyway, oil company got the land. Y'all know that producing oil is the reason why, climate change. If you ever wonder why the summers don't feel the same and the winters don't feel the same, or the climate don't feel the same in your region, or why there's so many hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods and droughts and shit and wildfires and all that, it's called global warming. It's called climate change. When people be talking, when the people be talking, save the world, make it a better place for you and me and the human race. Yeah, bitch, they killing us. They killing us to make gas, honey. That's why it's a lot of, cars that are hybrid, that you're seeing around. It's a lot of companies that are going hybrid. It's a lot of companies that are no longer making gas guzzling cars. If I'm not mistaken, there may be legal mandates for it to end completely, for no company to be able to make gas guzzling cars, at least not in the United States. And it's for a reason, bitch. Armageddon. No, Armageddon was the meteor. Bitch. Dante's Peak. No, Dante's Peak was the volcano. Um The day after tomorrow, bitch. Yeah, the day after. It's the, yeah, bitch. Now, honey. So this is why they giving Biden all of this smoke. You know what I mean? Whoo. It wears me out, honey. Cause y'all gonna be looking. We gonna be living in Gilead, bitch. Handmaid's Tale. We gonna be living in the Capitol, Hunger Games, bitch. But they up Biden's ass because not too long ago, when Biden was running against Sanders, Bernie. hmm when Biden was running against Bernie, Biden said this.
No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill.
Period. Y'all remember when he said that? No more drilling on federal lands. Period. Well, Biden, got people drilling on federal land now under your presidency. Under your presidency. And this is why the Republicans is giving them a hard time.
Difficult decision was on what we do with the Willow project in Alaska. And my strong inclination was to disapprove of it across the board. But the advice I got from counsel was that if that were the case, I may very well lose in court and lose that case in court to the oil company, and then not be able to do what I really want to do beyond that, and that is conserve significant amounts of Alaskan sea and land forever. I am banking on, we'll find out, that the oil company is going to say that's not going to be challenged, and they're going to go with 3 sites, and the energy.
All right, we don't need all specifics. If you didn't catch that, Biden is basically saying that he felt like he had no choice. He felt like he was stuck between a rock and a hard place because he had the option of taking the oil company to the courts, had the option of fighting the oil company in court. That would be more. He would have to spend Sorry about that. He had the option of taking the oil company to court, but he would have to spend billions of dollars to do that. That would be our money. That would be everybody who pays taxes. That would be taxpayer money for him to take the oil company to court. Personally, if it's between money and the day after tomorrow, bitch, spend that motherfucking money because y'all use it for war and missiles and shit any motherfucking way. Honey? Y'all use $4 billion to kill a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Why don't we use $4 billion to save something, honey? Baby. So that's his fear. That's his excuse. He claims that he was scared that he would lose in court to the oil company, and he decided to basically settle. He decided to settle with the oil company outside of court, and this wasn't, there were a lot of restrictions. He settled with them outside of court, and there were a lot of restrictions. They're not allowed to do as much drilling and pipelining and infrastructure as they originally wanted to. Baby, they originally wanted to have the whole motherfucking Alaska set up like a oil drill, essentially. It was so bad that their initial plans, the oil company's initial plans to drill, was so bad that it didn't even go through during Trump's administration. That's the key point that I left out. I told y'all that this was originally federal land in Alaska. They were already, you know, refining oil and setting up drills and stuff in Alaska as a reserve. So it wasn't very big. You know, it wasn't very industrial because it wasn't commercial. It wasn't meant for commercial use. So the oil company comes back, and they've been coming back consistently. They got the lands in '98 when George Bush was in office. The reason that we pay $3 and $4 for gallons of gas, $6 and $7 for gallons of gas now. So this oil company got it then, but they negated the wildlife and everything, and the people, and the landscape, and the culture. Yeah, there are people who live in Alaska. Yes, yes. Um, it's an indigenous community that begins with the letter I. I don't want to mispronounce the tribe, so I'll leave it alone. But there are, real Alaskan natives. And the oil company initially didn't give a fuck about them at all. So yeah. So that's Biden's excuse now that he wants to be able to take some amount of control over the situation, and that's why he's going through with the project, and they've limited the amount of production going on over there. I thought it was interesting. Thought it was interesting. I'm a person who doesn't believe in coincidence, but this oil drilling project is called the Willow Project, and Biden has a first cat. The Biden family has a cat named Willow. Yes, that's really Willow. But y'all know I do my research.